Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hope you're doing well. So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the game The Last of Us, we see a lot of examples of tunnels and secret passageways in the ruins, and this is used by the people who are under martial law by the Fedra groups when they want to travel about and get out of the quarantine zone. And this also helps them to smuggle goods and avoid being seen. I really found that to be smart. And in the real world, we do see lots of examples of tunnels being made by all sorts of people. From the Jews under the synagogue, to the cartels on the border trying to go under, and the Egyptian border with Gaza. It is said they put 60 feet all the way the slab all the way down so that you couldn't tunnel through. And we have also the Palestinians, the Hamas fighters and those types, they have built tunnels, right? So either way you look at it, you have tunnels being built right now. And El Chapo Guzman dug a tunnel to escape prison. So he got caught, but he still dug a tunnel, is my point. So it is unique to think about how in this game, the way Joel and Tess, Henry and Sam, Ellie, right, they're able to move about and hide from the Fedra agents because they've built secret passageways and tunnels, and it makes the game fun as well, because you get to see, like, oh, they move a bookshelf and they go there and it's this hole, or they go down into this secret bunker and then you have to go up, move a board, and someone has to know the way through. It's a very interactive style of the game. And this also goes to show you how people will like, cause also remember, in the game they travel by planks and ladders. Now you're doing by tunnels, and these are all non-traditional ways of getting about, and I thought that was pretty cool. The problem with one of the tunnels is if one of the clickers gets in and you're stuck down there. Alright? So that's pretty scary. But needless to say, the engineers who are really good at constructing such things and know how to do it, they would be very valuable in such an apocalyptic situation, right? Because they're gonna be the ones you depend on. Like, hey, come here, man. I need you to build me a secret tunnel, okay, that doesn't collapse on us, alright? And the architecture of the city as well plays a role, because you're able to pass in and out. And you can see how the Fedra agents become immensely corrupt, and they kind of mow down stragglers and strangers, and they do patrols. So they're a huge enemy to people who escape their group. And you have to travel calmly and quietly and know your ways through these passageways and tunnels and whatnot. And a game like that, you can't stay bored. It's really great, and I hope that somebody will explore the map more in that game. I haven't been able to come across one that does. I like to watch games where, like, open world games, but where someone is, like Hogwarts Legacy, someone gets a Harry, goes on the broom and goes all over the map. Red Dead Redemption 2, traveling by horse all through the map. Avatar on that flying thing, going all through the map. Assassin's Creed Odyssey using the Hawk, going all over the map. Assassin's Creed Valhalla in the boat, going all over. Same with The Witcher. So you can see that exploration is really fun, and what's great about The Last of Us is that there's something that draws you in with how everything is run down, and you have to constantly look and stuff. And visually, it's strange imagining a world where you can just walk into, like, houses and like giant buildings and there's nothing there, and it's like run down. There's something to it aesthetically, and so it would be great if somebody did a slow walking exploration of the game, and you really went through and discovered all the different tunnels, and such a game making those, and then you being able to go through it would also be quite valuable. Now, in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you can go into these caves and they're like mazes, and I always found them kind of annoying. And like, I want out. It was just not fun. You can get trapped down there and not know how to get out. But in The Last of Us, there's just something about, because it's modern looking and it's dystopian, it has this sort of style that draws your focus in and creates a good way of entertainment. It taps into our need to be curious. And how you look around your town and think like, okay, how would you go about building such a thing? And the necessity, like if your government really started being bad to you, you'd have to do something like that. Now, there's been talks about the Underground Railroad. Was it really underground? Was it above ground? Was it a mix of both? I haven't studied that much about Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad, but the fact that people have always tried to utilize secret tunnels and passageways, it just kind of goes to show you that there will always be a need to escape the eyes, you know, like that Eye of Sauron, and how people will have to find a way to survive by any means they can in such a dystopian situation. And if you think further, if you had a situation like The Last of Us, but with modern technology, those tunnels would be, and secret passageways would be very valuable for you to avoid robots. Those police dogs, if they weren't capable of scanning underground, they only could scan on the top through drywall or whatever, but if they couldn't go underground and see, that would be different. So it's fun to think about how would you create your own passageway, and if you had to go through them, it'd be kind of scary, right? It would be kind of scary when you immerse yourself into it. So going through the sewers is disgusting, right? Not trying to be like the Ninja Turtles eating pizza in the sewer, or Batman trying to find Penguin or something down there. But if you had to travel to avoid martial law, that would be quite interesting. And it is just really interesting how humans have always trying to find a way to tunnel, right? It's clever, because the airspace is quite guarded and an airplane and helicopter is quite loud. But the need to move silently and out of sight has always been there, right? Let me know what you think. The Mines of Moria. Oh, wait, and think about that as well. Even in Lord of the Rings, there's entire dwarves, but they dug so deep into the earth that they awoke the Balrog, and they were searching for minerals. So humans need to desire and dig to find secret things plays a role in the game of The Last of Us, with you wanting to go through these passageways. It's like we always think about castles having secret corridors and whatnot, and safe rooms, rich people having a closet that can turn and you don't see it, to escape home intruders. Either way, there's always something creative in the human consciousness of hidden stuff, right? It's really cool how that's been represented in fiction over and over, and so that pattern continues in the game The Last of Us, and it does it in a very unique way, considering the zombie infected genre. I really like that. It's definitely one of the best, and I've seen quite a lot of zombie stuff, and they all kind of are boring. But the way this game is, it'd be great if it would turn into... Well, the writers will go woke, and they'll lose steam, just like how Rick and Morty did. Things always start out good, and then they keep going on, and they turn to trash. And they kind of screwed up Last of Us Part 2 and injected some wokeness in there. But if you could get the original writers to stay authentic and creative and not be political or woke and signal, you could create a very good story that you could watch again and again that plays like a movie, right? Because these video games are like movies, and I like seeing the details. It's really quite unique. Let me know what you think, and why doesn't somebody build me a tunnel? I want a secret tunnel. I want a secret passageway. Secret passageway. Move a book. Turns, we go in. Turns back. Sounds good to me. By the way, if you'd like to support the channel, you can do so via my blog, which is www.subscribestar.com/MilahanArchive, and I'm still fundraising for the book holder and the wooden panel. So if you can help for that, I would greatly appreciate it. Take care.